The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. Oh, that was dangerous. Throw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Mike, check, 59.
Throwing again is Watson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
We own them. 59, Mike. Check, 59. Watch the run.
Out of the gun, Watson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is taken at the 23. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The first carry now. This is Hill. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Down. 90, Wolf. Hey, echo. We got 3.
Foles. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Naeem Hines, his first carry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd and inches, Watson. And this is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
Here's Hines. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal.
I can't believe they even let you play.
Taylor trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now Foles. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Here's Foles. He will find Davis. That's complete. In the wild card win last week, he had just 2 catches, and now he's got his first one here.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he's got room. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Looked like they picked a heck of a time to run the counter.
And we've been saying that in this great game of football probably since we started playing. Anytime you get guys thinking you're going to go one way and you hit back the opposite side, it's a great chance it can turn into the type of play we just saw there, a big gainer.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. That's going to be an intriguing matchup to continue to watch. You don't get in the playoffs without having a good guy to cover out wide. If they want to move on, get in the championship, then the Super Bowl, he's going to have to be big in this one.
And this is not basketball where you're worried about your star getting fouls and getting in trouble and maybe not playing as much. You take your number 1 guy, put it on their number 1 guy, and try and limit their offense.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Hunter Henry there to make the grab. Chubb as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have. You absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Hey, we gotta snap it. Hey, 25. 50's the money. In your face.
Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he comes back with one complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there, because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game. And now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Watson on 3rd down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. 6-0 our score after 1.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Just like that. Mike 50. Mike 50.
From the gun, here's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Harold Landry in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, 59. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. He's tired of me. He's tired of Mike. 50's the Mike. 50's the Mike.
Here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the... And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
24. Hey, Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Hey, let's get some penetration here.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Lucky. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Mike's 50.
They run with Hines. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's the tap. 19. 59. Watch the slant. Mike spot 9.
On first down, it's Hines. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
59. We got to get the first six. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. He can't hang.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 15-yard touchdown grab, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Now the try here for the extra point. And his kick is right through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Ready, set.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin the drive with Hill. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, Haywood.
From the 22, Foles. He's going to float this one deep right. He's got a man complete. Past the 20. Touchdown. A big play there. 78 yards. And his guys are going to retake the lead. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Santos able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Boy, the offensive line there, that was a thing of beauty to watch them block.
I love how you give a little appreciation for those big guys up front, and well-deserved. But how about the execution behind them? You can see the hours of practice that have gone into it. Great pocket by the running back. Quarterback puts it right in the perfect spot. Great mesh point by them. The timing on point. The run even better.
Watson now to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
To throw again on second down. Watson trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one a first down. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So naturally, they will decline it. They got the first down anyway on the play.
Who needs a penalty when you picked up the first down through hard work and effort anyway? First down.
Mike, check, 59. Watch the run. Check 59.
They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
Push him back. Kill. Turn up. Turn up.
Now Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Throwing on second and long. Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
59, Mike is 59, Mike to 59. Watch the screen.
To throw is Watson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Foxtrot.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, You got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
He'll look to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Foles, and his pass incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Bravo! 42.
Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as...
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here we go again. Check 3, check 24.
Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. On 2nd down, it's Hill. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He wants it all for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw on 2nd and 10. Foles. He completes it to Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Ready. Turn 2 stop. Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Yes. Hey, high 7. It's just me and you. Hit it.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Hill. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flushed out right. It's Hill, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
On the ready. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the slip. Undercross.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. I'm coming. Protein spill. Watch twist.
Here's Hill one more time. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, it's Barnes. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal.
Set, ready? 60 or. Tackles. Now.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. From 8 yards out. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. That's caught at the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I got you.
1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's the tap. 19.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 17 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
And the Toronto first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw, staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Foles. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. The give to Taylor. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough 1st downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Foles. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now a 10th carry for Hill. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had...
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. Intended that time for Cooper.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Foles. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
He's going to wind up and air it out, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful.
At their own 16-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And an alley to run. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely, this defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Hines. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there. And now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
This is Hines. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Switch it. Switch it down. He's coming. At 31.
Watson. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A pickup of 11 at a Texans first down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Mike 5'9", Mike 5, you look small. Don't get nervous. Mike.
He's back to throw. That's going to be caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
Here we go.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be second and goal. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
Mike, set. In the car. 19. Hey. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
He'll look to throw, and that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. He was covered by Kevin Byard.
Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Now Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Amari Cooper. Incomplete. It's 4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. One last throw here for Watson. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side.